the dichotomy between chaos and understanding, between confusion and understanding, between all the different positives and negatives and lights and darks that exist when you're at this stage of life, when you're going through an existential crisis, when you're having to really be your own support system, when you're really having to love yourself for the first time, when you're really having to know yourself for the first time and stand up for yourself, represent yourself, be authentic in a genuine way, in a way that actually means something when you go to bed at night. That kind of shit to me started to happen when I was 25, 26, and it really picked up when I got to Cal State Fullerton, and I'm 27 and I'm still in school, so that's to most people, that's kind of quite a bit of time. But to me, it's the time that I needed to make sure that the path that I was going on was going to be the most impactful for me, those around me, and in the environments that I'm going to be in, which is basically any environment in the world. I wanted to be in any environment, in any situation, and be able to have something to offer of value that I enjoyed offering and that felt instinctive and intuitive to me. And it took the longest time. It took taking music seriously. It took project management to get Flux together, my EP from last year, November, which was about chaos, which was about loss of identity, which was about confusion, which was about exploring chaos of losing one's identity and exploring the chaos of the identity crisis beginning. That's what Flux was about. And so if it weren't for the project management approach that I took during that, if it weren't for the serious pivot that I did before releasing that to be more just whole as a brand and more serious and more intentful about what it is that I'm out here to accomplish, once that started to happen, I really started to see that business was where I belonged, and that not just business administration, but that decision science within the realm of business administration was where I belonged. When I started at Cal State Fullerton, I studied business analytics. I was gung-ho about business analytics. I was just like, this analytics shit, this is my future. I was so excited about it. I was geeked about it. I was so excited that you can look at a spreadsheet, numbers, and be able to see a future for a business, especially my business. Having that personal involvement just kind of took it to the next level and made me want to accelerate down that path. And then I flunked analytics not to it. I passed business analytics 1. There were red flags there because I got a C, and I'm a B student. So there were red flags there that I wasn't absorbing the content, but I'm good. I took that next business analytics 2, 30%. Ass, 30%. I took it a second time. I did better. We don't need to talk about the percentage because I wasn't supposed to say the 30%, but I did. I did better, but I still didn't. Retaking the class for the final time now, and I'm doing much better, and I'm passing the class right now. But it took going through those experiences for me to realize that I don't like business analytics like that beyond my own company. And I always felt that something that I studied in school should be something that shouldn't just benefit me and shouldn't just be something that I like. There's nothing wrong with going to school and studying what you like, but I think with age or whatever, when you get to a certain point, you start wanting to go to bed at night knowing that you took your skills and you applied it to help other people, and that you have a natural ability to do so that is natural for you, that you can sustain for the rest of your life. That's the main point that I never really considered when I was in high school. When I was in high school, it was all about which major will get me the lowest unemployment, which is advancement via individual determination. It's a college prep that you take in high school, in public high school, that is meant to all about preparing you for college and preparing you for college applications. And so in taking that class, my major concern was, how can I not be a financial burden to my parents? My dad experienced faced the brunt of the financial aid crisis and was furloughed as a corrections officer, at the job for more than 2 decades. He contributed his entire life. I'm not going to say the employer, but he was a corrections officer and he dedicated his entire life to as great of a father. It made him feel like less than. And so seeing that impact on him, seeing how the dynamic of the family changed after, the financial aid crisis hit, seeing how tense things got, how divisive the household really became, and just realizing that this systematic issue and this systematic problem was affecting our family this way, it made me so concerned with, how can I give back to the family? How can I put myself in a position where, yes, I'm doing what I like, but I'm also putting stability in my parents' mind, and just giving them the peace of mind that when they're finally able to go off into their retirement, that they have a son who has a good head on his shoulders, who is contributing something to the world, as well as feeling in his own life. The hardest time finding that. That's a lot to ask for, and from a major, because a major doesn't have to provide you all these things. It could just be a route to a job or to, certification or whatever. For me, I went through so many different majors. That's why do you think I've been here for 11 years? It's going to be 11 years because I'm going to be graduating from college. And I started college in May of 2014. I started college early and I still finished later because I had to go through and just feel, what is this coursework like? If you like the major, if it's, you can find a way to enjoy or to even accept and go beyond tolerating the coursework. I was finding that when I got my certificate in IT from RCC, Riverside City College, I didn't really like too much work. It felt irrelevant and it wasn't really what I was most interested in. So that became a hobby and I transitioned into a different major. Then I majored in anthropology, you know, great. That was interesting. I found out so much